All right, hey, what's up, guys? Coach Mac, Play Fast Football. Today we're going to take a look at a video talking about non-traditional fronts, and what I want to look at is how you guys, as offensive coaches, would attack certain fronts that I've got drawn up on the board, and I'll talk about personnel and some other things on top of that. And then defensive guys, would you be willing to play some of these non-traditional looks if you think you fit, you think it fit the rest of your packages? Make sure you check out some of our partners, GameStrat. The sideline replay company we use at Bishop Kenny High School. I've used them for the last 5 or 6 years now. If you're looking for highly reliable, highly affordable, great customer service, check out GameStrat. Dome Hats, the headwear company we use at Play Fast Football and Bishop Kenny High School. Completely customizable online hat builder. You go online, design your own hat. You make the hat the way you want to make it. Every hat has a story. Check out Dome. Baker Sporting Goods company we use for our coaches' gear, sideline gear, practice gear, player spirit packs, uniforms are distributed from them. We do some team store stuff with them. One-stop shop, everything you need, one location. Check out Baker Sports. JustPlay, which is the playbook software we use at Bishop Kenny High School. I also use it on my Patreon site, and I use it with Play Fast Football. We use it for some of our installs. We use it for not only playbooks, but we use it for presentations on team meetings, installs. I use it on Patreon. I use it if I'm going to speak at any clinics. To me, it's the best and easiest play drawing tool on the market, so check out JustPlay. And then DifferenceUSA, the ultimate striking machine. Get thousands of reps without needing a partner. Don't have to worry about teaching anybody how to hold a bag, rotating guys around. It's just a player, ultimate striking machine. They hook up on your squat racks. They basically are compatible with every squat rack that's out there, so you can set them up in your weight room, work on striking, work on skill development in season, out of season. And again, if you want to strike and you want to strike violently, you've got to practice striking violently, and this gives us a way to get more reps in a little bit safer environment. All right, so check out DifferenceUSA. So 2 days ago I did a video, and 2 or 3 days ago we did a video talking about tight front and then the protection pieces, and I asked you guys what you thought between 4 down, 3-3 stack, Okie, some other deals, and it was probably the most interactive video we've ever done. So, you know, posing the question, asking you guys what you think, got a lot of responses, a lot of great responses, a lot of guys giving, you know, taking time and effort to answer the question. So what I want to look at today is, and I've done some videos kind of going down this road before, and we tinkered with it a little bit last year. What I want to look at is could we play some what I would consider non-traditional 4-down fronts and still keep our 3-high theories, right? So when we look at how we're playing tight 3-high, and again, this Saturday night I am doing a tight 3-high install clinic. It's going to be done on Zoom. I did a video yesterday talking about it, how you can register. Send me an email if you want to register. You can pay through PayPal. You can pay through Cash App. That information is in yesterday's video, and then I'll probably tag it in the description box of this video. But I'm doing a tight 3-high install clinic Saturday night, 8 o'clock. It'll be on Zoom, all right? So if you're interested in that, check out yesterday's video or email me, sting8740@gmail.com. Email me, let me know you're interested. I'll tell you how you can get registered and how we can get you a seat at that clinic. But in our tight 3-high theory, you know, in general, the tight theory is playing 5 inside gaps or 4 inside gaps with less players, right? So when we're getting 2x2, we're presenting a 3-1 box. When we're getting 20 personnel, 11 personnel, some other things, or even 21 personnel, we're presenting a 3-2 box, right? And in theory, on paper, we're trying to take away 5 interior gaps with 5 players, right? So again, you know, depending on the flow of the play, it's front side C gap to back side B gap, always going to be a cutback player, always going to be somebody behind there, so it's not like we just vacate or void the backside. Keepers, nakeds, boots, things like that are things that you're always going to have to deal with. I've done several videos out there on how you can protect the C gap, what we need to do to protect the C gap, right? So this video in general is not about all the different game plan, you know, things that can be designed to attack. What this is about is if we were to try and play 4 down, 3-high theories, and keep it very similar to how we play tight front, right? So try and keep it to where we are taking away interior gaps with the least amount of players as possible so we can still play our 3-high structure behind it. Now, what I've got drawn up right now is standard alignment, all right? As far what I mean is we're aligning in the front that I'm asking you to attack, all right? So I've got 2 fronts up there with 1 open gap that the Will is going to play as his initial gap. Okay, and I've got our standard alignment, how we play our 3-high stuff. again, you know, a lot of guys are going to draw it and say, I would get into 3x1, I would get into 2x2. For this video, all I want to know is if you were a 2-back team or an 11 personnel team with a tight end attached, okay, how would you attack the fronts that I've got on the board? All right, and I'm interested in hearing not only your responses, but I'm interested in hearing, if you're a defensive guy, tell me if you think you could defend different structures playing these fronts, right? So, again, within the game plan deals and within, you know, the chess game of football, these may be fronts that we could stunt to, move to. For simplicity's sake, I've got them drawn up as is on the board, right? So anytime you draw up a front on the board and ask somebody to attack it, the offense should be able to draw up some pretty good plays, right? So I'm interested to see what you would do, how you would do it, what issues you think it might present for you. And then defensively, if you're a defensive guy, could we play it? What issues would it create for us, all right? And what would be the pluses and minuses, positives and negatives of playing it, right? So first one I've got drawn up, we've got, all right, 2-eye, 4-eye to the side of the strength where the Sam linebacker is. All right, so, and again, if you're a 2-back team, you could go split back, you could have the tight end strong, you could put the H weak, whatever you want to do. Just try to stay in if you're going to answer the question and comment, try and stay within that personnel grouping and don't make it spread, because if you drew up 2x2, I would show you how we would align a 2x2. If you drew up 3x1, I would show you how we would align a 3x1, right? So it's not a game plan chess match. It's not a chalk war. I'm just asking you these two simple scenarios. How would you attack it on offense? What would your concerns be on defense? So the first one is the 2-eye, 4-eye, all right, to the side of the Sam. Obviously short edge, but taking away interior gaps to the side of the Sam. Sam can be our C gap player. All right, the backside A gap is open. We've got the 3 and the 5 on the backside. The Will is our initial interior A-gap player. Our middle safety is a strong side alley player, cutback player. So if the ball went weak and the Will had to go over the top and we spilled, he would become the A-gap cutback player. Right safety or corner could be down. All right, whatever you want to do to the single side to gain your 8 guy in the box. All right, and then on the bottom, I've got the 2 and the 4 away from the strength. All right, with the 2-eye and the 5 technique to the strength, so the B gap on the front side. And again, we could push the Will, we could do some different things if we needed to. I don't want to do that because I know guys are going to say they're going to run the ball back to the short edge, so we're going to need the Will, all right, to add himself over the top. But again, if we put the 2 and the 4-eye away and the shade and the 5 to the strength, what things would you do as an offense? What would you try and get to, all right? You know the front, right? So offense, you should, in theory, in a comment, you should win the argument because you know the front. But I just want to see what things the offense would do, all right, how they would get to what they're trying to get to. Do they have any issues, all right? Because defensively, if I wanted to do this, I would move into these. I wouldn't line up in it like this, all right? I would move, or I would cancel these gaps one way or the other, right? So again, if I was thinking about this top one, all right, so here's the picture I want you to attack on the top. Here's the picture I want you to attack on the bottom. Those are the comments I want to see. Defensive guys, there's the picture on the top. There's the picture on the bottom. I want your comments to see what you would be concerned about, what you would be worried about. If I was going to do the one to the top, I would probably line up in more traditional over front. And then what I would do is post snap, I would do things to take those gaps away. So at the snap, or after the snap, we are now creating that same front that I just, again, this was the picture. All right, so I wanted you to attack that front and see if we could play 3 high behind it, right? So A gap, B gap closed on the front side. Well, if I was to do this, all right, if I was to do this in a game plan situation, I probably wouldn't line up stagnant in it. I would probably do it more with games to one side, all right? And the game I would run would probably be that one and that one, because now I think 3 technique can penetrate to contain, or we can ricochet him outside to contain, and I don't have to worry about looping the nose, right? On the bottom, it would be the opposite, right? So if we wanted to do this on the bottom, maybe we would start with the 3 there and the 1 there. Okay, and now on the bottom we could go to where we bring him there. All right, I'm sorry, that's not the right picture. Him there and 2 gap, or move the anchor, right? So then post snap, it's he was there pre-snap, he was in a 4-eye pre-snap. So post-snap, how could we get to that? Well, if I lined him up in a 3 and I moved him, and I lined him up in a 5 and I moved him, all right, or I could possibly 2-gap him, right? We could work on that as well. That's another thing we thought about. But post-snap, I'd moved him, so I'm not in that alignment for you to draw up all the plays and all the beaters, right? But I would move to it, stem to it, do things different other than just line it up to it. But for what I want you to draw, or what I want you to attack is, if you saw that front, and you knew you were getting a 2 and a 4-eye to one side with a shade and a 5 to the other, or if you knew you were getting a 2 and a 2-eye and a 4-eye to one side with a 3 and a 5 to the other. What things would you draw up? How would you attack that as an offense? All right, what would you be trying to do with your game plan? And again, I just want to generate some back and forth talk between subscribers, me, generate some ideas, right? Because that's how the game grows. What I'm trying to look at is, can we somehow, with 4 down, can I replicate it so that I can play 3 high? Right? I know what I want to do in tight 3 high. We know why we love tight 3 high. We just played it to a great deal of success last year. We know that. Now we want to take it to the next level. Yes, there are people out there doing it. I believe Jim Knowles was doing it at Oklahoma State, and then I don't know how much he did of it at Ohio State last year, but I know it's out there. I know there's some teams doing it. I want to wrap it around in my head, my mind, how I would do it with my high school kids to say, hey guys, we're going to play our same 3 high deals on the back end, and we're going to try and fit everything about as close to tight 3 high as we can, so that if we use these protection pieces, there aren't a lot of changes in what we're doing, right? Because to me, that's the overall deal. I try and talk to people all the time. We want to be multiple. Everybody wants to be multiple. But everything has to be as same as possible, all right, so that you can get all that done. A lot of guys will say, I just don't have the time to do that. When I did the spot drop cover 3 video the other day, the first thing I said was, here's why we do it. The reason we do it is I don't have the time to teach all those pattern matches. So some people say, well, I don't like spot dropping and playing cover 3. We give up too many completions. There's too many throwing windows. I want to relate to routes. I want to get hands on people, right? Whatever. Yeah, I understand all those things, and I would like to do them too. I just don't think I'm good enough, and I don't think I have enough time to get all those things done. So that I'm trying to explain to you why we would do that. So I'm trying to find the why in 4 down, 3 high. Can we get to it? Why would we get to it? And is there carryover or enough carryover to stay in our 3 high structures so we don't have to have a bunch of change-ups, right? So if we were to go 4 down traditional or 3-3 stack traditional, and the interesting thing from the comments the other day, most people thought 3-3 stack would be a better change-up to our tight front. You know, there were definitely some 4-2-5 guys out there, and we've done both. I've been a 4-2-5 guy. I've been a 3-3 stack guy. Now we are a broken stack 3-3-5 tight 3 high team. But you know, to me, the winner in the debate, not the debate, but the opinion that came through the most was they thought 3-3 stack with some movements would be a better protection piece. So what I want to look at now in a similar fashion is, if I'm, you know, can I play 4 down, 3 high without having to go to traditional 4-2-5 split field, which we've done that before. All right, I've ran it before, I've installed it before, I've done videos in clinics. I did a Glazier clinic on 4-2-5. It's not that I don't want to coach 4-2-5 stuff. It's just that I don't know if I want to go back and coach traditional 2 high split field coverages and the way we play our 3 high stuff, because I think there's some wrinkles and nuances in the run fits of some things. So I would like to keep our 3 high structure, build it into the other fronts that we want to protect our tight front with, and see if we could do that. If we could do that, to me, that's the ultimate way for us to be multiple, yet simple enough for us to play all of our deals, us be able to play fast, us be able to play physical. If my protection pieces are different theories, fits, the coverage components are never going to be that much different. I am a quarters toolbox guy, split field coverage guy. That is what we live by. That is who we are. 3 deep is our change up. It's spot drop, and then you know, different variations of 2 high, some Tampa 2 stuff, different variations of 3 deep, and then obviously pressures, some man deals, some man cut deals. We're not changing the way we live on the back end, right? But to me, there's enough nuances between 3 high and standard 2 high with run fits and how we play the middle safety that I would like to piece together 4 down, 3 down, 4 down with my tight 3 high, and see if we can do all that. So again, tell me how you would attack 2-eye, 4-eye, open A gap on the backside. Tell me how you would attack 2-eye, 4-eye, open B gap on the front side. Tell me the plays you like. Tell me what you would do. Tell me, all right, your concerns if you're a defensive guy. Again, I know that within a game plan, we could talk forever about I would get into this personnel, I would do this, that's not what today's video is about. Today's video is about, can we play 2-eye, 4-eye, 3 and a 5, 1 gap open for the will. All right, 2-eye, 4-eye, shade and a 5, 1 gap open for the will. Is it possible? Can we do it? Can we do it with our 3-high stuff? And if we did it, what would offenses be trying to do? All right, again, if you're interested, Saturday night, I am doing a Tite 3-high clinic at 8 o'clock Eastern. All right, it'll be done on Zoom. I am going to do install. I am going to show you video clips of us playing it. I'm going to show you video clips of us in practice, how we line up the 2x2, how we line up the 3x1. It's going to be base, tight, 3-high install. It's not a game plan deal. It's not a pressure deal. It's not any other fronts. It's not any other coverages. It is tight, 3-high install. Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Yesterday's video has all the details in it. I will leave in the description box of today's video how you can register. Again, if you're interested, email me, sting8740, S-T-I-N-G 8740 at gmail.com. Tell me you're interested. Payment methods right now are PayPal and Cash App. I will put that in the description box if you want a seat for Saturday night's clinic. All right, so hopefully we get some good responses on this video. I appreciate everything you guys do for me. I appreciate you watching these. This is now my 490th YouTube video. All right, so I've been doing it for 10 years, 490 free videos on YouTube, trying to grow the game, help coaches out, help me understand what I need to do better, help me understand how I need to teach things better, interact with the audience to figure out what we're doing well, what we're not, see if people like the way we teach it. So this is as much for me as it is for you guys in a selfish reason, but that's 490 football videos on YouTube, all right, which I think is pretty cool. You know, not really a shameless plug, but 490 football videos in 10 years, just me, just a whiteboard, I think is a pretty cool deal. And I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys and without subscribers and followers. So thank you for everything you do. All right, so again, check the description box for the info. Email me if you want a seat in Saturday night's clinic. Hope this video helps. Please comment. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. Turn those notifications on. Ring that bell so you know every time we do a video, we do YouTube Live. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Please leave a comment on this video about how you would attack this or what your concerns would be as a defensive guy. All right, and again, thank you for everything you do. Remember, you won't play well until you play fast, and I will see you guys next time.